Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mediak. And this week, as you've seen in the title and the thumbnail, we are talking about the long-awaited James Gunn Superman movie that starts off the DCU. Well, the first movie in the DCU, not necessarily starting off the DCU. But yeah, this is really exciting. Stay tuned till after the review if you want to hear some movie-related news. A lot of the movie-related news of this week is actually related to this movie, so there's a chance that we're gonna talk about some of it along the way, but we have a lot more afterwards because there was a lot that came out. But then after that, we'll talk about other stuff that we watched in between recordings. But yeah, we'll kick it off. Who raise your hand if you had the most fun throughout this movie? Who wants to talk about the movie first? Okay.
I was gonna say we should have Austin just give the summary.
Yeah.
Because he's the Superman man.
Austin, give the summary. Yeah.
But like, I just love this movie, man.
It's your favorite superhero, right? He's one of your favorite superheroes?
I think he has been, like, through us watching, like, the animated series and everything, like, growing up. And I don't know. Like, Spider-Man is obviously
Number one, yeah.
since I was, like, 2 years old.
Peter Parker Spider-Man specifically.
Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yours is Morales.
Yes.
Which is also a valid answer. Where is it?
No, you can keep talking, but that's Miles Morales number one right there.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just like seeing like a good person that's a superhero. Like I think it's corny, but that's what this movie was. So I guess I'll get into the overview. So you get into this movie and Superman got his ass kicked instantly. Like not even on screen ass kicked. And then he has to go fight the Hammer of Arabia. I feel like this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, just make it.
I like passing you that.
High level. We're assuming these people see the movie.
Yeah, spoiler alert. He's fighting this dude that is actually him, which is why he got his ass kicked. But Lex is like controlling him like it's a Mortal Kombat game, basically. And they're doing that to get into his Fortress of Solitude, which they end up doing after distracting him again, and then gets in through the clone DNA type thing. And then they get in and steal a message from his parents, which now Zod and... Jor-El and... What's his mom's name?
No idea. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I knew it at some point. I don't anymore. I definitely knew. Martha! Yeah. How are you doing that
point is, he got the message from his parents, which was like doctored and messed up on impact. So he got the full message, and it turns out that his parents wanted Superman to have a harem of women and basically be...
it's my kind of Superman.
It's the DCU. So everyone turns on him, and he's just sad, and he gets a great talking to from his dad after being in interdimensional prison to save a dog. And then they come out. Lex basically tries to end the entire universe by ripping reality apart. And Superman also stops a inter-nation dispute where they're going to kill a bunch of people, and he's a hero. And that's about it.
Sounds like a lot, but it somehow comes together in the end, for the most part. That was a good...
summary, but
no, that's good.
You hit all of the major plot points without giving away too much.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better you could have done.
You hit basically everything. The only thing you left out is just the other superheroes that come in the movie, but like they're like not even a part of the movie if we're being honest. So it's yeah, I think they're necessary, but they're part of the world. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, the world building. That's I felt. It felt very One Piece at points whenever I was watching this, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
It's a comic book. That's best. I've seen people compare this to like the start of superhero movies, like how Iron Man was kind of the start of like modern day superhero movies.
Yeah,
and, like this is the first comic book that's just brought into live action, not made into like a film adaptation.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Up top, you guys have been silent. Words now go. Chandler more so.
Yeah, man. Movie was fun. I think I watched it like 10, 15 on a day. And what? I'm freezing right now. And it's so
what?
It's got the mom's winter coat. Listen, you mean night?
Dude, I am so hot right now. I'm dying. How cold? What? You're freezing?
I don't know. I have like a heater, but I don't have the remote, and so if I turn it on, it's cold right there.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
It's summer.
So I know it's well, my dad loves the house to be cold, and down here it's colder than anywhere else. But
makes
yeah,
sense.
I was outside, but it was too hot, and I got a little burnt this weekend, so I didn't want to get that. Fair. But I love this movie a lot. I'm going to spoil real quick. I don't have a single bad thing to say.
I have
Stretching.
a couple.
That's I thought I had to have something because I know Sky was going to ask, "What's your favorite? What's your least favorite?
Yeah.
What's the funniest?" I did make a stretch for my least favorite part, but still, it's like I'm pulling out hairs for that. So there's nothing I really disliked about the film. I love that, like you said, we jumped right into it. There was no really we didn't have to like figure out his origin story. Everyone knows Superman. Superman is an alien, right? And he crash lands, yada yada that. And we kind of did get a little bit of that. They did throw some exposition at you in the beginning, but I thought they did a really good job handling the Superman. And man, this Clark Kent is amazing. I love Clark Kent, bro. He ain't no bitch, bro. He ain't no bitch. Okay, Sky, your turn to talk. This guy is a D1 or a farmer. He saw smoke and he knew exactly what he was doing every time. And he did not fail to do it once in this movie. There is a nation war going on. This guy sees smoke. He is rising through to let everybody know he is there. It is so sick. He did it like, I kid you not, I think this movie's 2 hours and like 9, 10 minutes. It's like 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Something like that.
I think he did it like 7 times. He made sure you knew who he was the entire movie. And I also thought it was really funny at the beginning because like in the previous Supermans we watched, like they didn't like Clark Kent didn't really comment on Superman or defend him too much. This one's like, no, Superman really lose. Like it wasn't that bad, right? He kind of won. And like they're like, no, it was pretty bad. And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, it's like him the whole time. And then the making the dinner for breakfast was little odd choice for Superman, but I mean I guess it makes sense. But like I kind of like this.
It's a human scene.
I'm not
it's very human.
Yeah, it is. But like, see, I'm not a fan of breakfast food, so I was like,
It's divisive.
you know, like, and I knew he was whipping up something great. I would have sat down for dinner.
That's fair.
But
This guy's Lois over here.
Okay. I am interested to see what Austin has to say about this because I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about Austin. I was thinking about you majority of this movie.
Dude, I was thinking about Skylar with the majority of this movie. Dude, Skylar.
I know.
I was freaking out at several points. I was like, holy shit, Skylar is going to hate this. Skylar is going to have a really bad time in theater with this movie.
I think they heard me. Like, there's no way. They heard me talking about the last couple, and then like, you know what? 5.
All right. Skylar, give context laid down for those who don't know.
Yeah. They went, hey, Skylar, watch this. Yeah, and then like
Skylar doesn't like eyes. Anything with eyes. Not a fan of it. And the monster got punched in the eye. The nanobots went into the eye. A bunch of eye stuff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me roll my sleeves quick.
That's his least favorite part of the movie.
Right off, I and Moss, and we started with the one just punch in the eye, which is terrible. And then it went to the other side, and there was something.
Oh yeah,
that much. The eye.
Yeah.
It was fun. Going
And go in his eyes. I was like, oh my god, please stop. And then Clark Kent at the very end, his like cologne shot him in the eye.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that one, dude. The nanobots were so much worse to me, bro. When the sand. Yeah, I know, but the sand nanobots crawling into his eyes. That I was like, dude, that got me. I was like, oh fuck, dude. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah. This movie hated Skylar.
Dude, no, I think James Gunn actually might have beef with me and me alone. There's no way. Yeah, I did. Your own tiny little eyes, and he showed it 5 times. Dude, you knew I was gonna like the movie enough to keep watching.
What if James Gunn is Noah and he wrote that in for that?
There. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Austin, please take me off of this topic.
Can I? I think I would like to. So it's very obvious that everyone loved the movie, and myself included. I think because so much glaze is happening, we should talk about some negatives about the movie because there were some things that I did not like. What?
Let me start it off.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me start
Go
it off.
ahead. Go ahead.
I hated the eyes.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That is number one big problem within this movie. The number two big problem is that the text was useless and stupid, and I didn't like it. And I don't care if David Cornswright wanted it as an allusion to Star Wars. The text in Star Wars actually was relevant to the story of Star Wars. The text of this movie was not. There was a single line of world building, and it was 3 centuries ago, metahumans started coming around, and that was the only line that you could not understand throughout watching the movie to that point. Like, if you watch the movie... What?
Technically, they said 3 minutes ago he lost a fight and he was in the snow bleeding. That one seems pretty important.
You're right. You wouldn't know it's exactly 3 minutes. You're right. You don't...
He's bleeding.
Dude, you know, because he picks him up and brings him into the fucking fortress, and they're like, Clark, you got beat. He goes, oh man, I've never got beat that badly. Clark, you've never got beat that badly. Man, I know. Clark, you have several broken bones. Yeah, man, I got to get out there and fight again. Clark, you're beat. You can't go fight. What?
Is that me? Your audio sounds so good.
Yeah. Let's get the math.
Okay.
All right.
So,
okay. I was having audio issues. We're back. It's it might be better. It might be worse. It might be exactly the same. I guess we'll see. I'll try not to yell as much as I usually do. So I guess we'll go with that. I was talking about negatives.
I will pick it up.
What was it?
I'll pick it up for you.
Skylar will talk more just to make it better. I mean, everyone knows that Skylar's the fan favorite of the podcast anyway, so he can just talk more.
I actually would argue I'm the fan least favorite.
No, dude, I think you're the most controversial with your opinions. But people talk about you the most. I will say that.
It's
And
entertaining for sure.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to rapid fire my negatives. Keep in mind I did like the movie. However, I tried my best to pull problems with it because I knew that it was going to be like a really great movie, and I didn't want to just be like, I'm going to put goggles on because this is the only good Superman movie that exists. You know, I wanted to try and not do that. So the text at the beginning of this movie is dumb and stupid, and even if it is a reference, you could have at least made the text mean something for the overall world instead of just have it be stupid shit. That's dumb. Not dumb. The threes, I understand, I get it, but if you watch the movie, you get everything except for the very first sentence. The next line, the next problem I had is a little bit, especially at the beginning of the movie, I felt like some of the dialogue was very like expository and very comic booky for children-y at the beginning, especially since whenever they were introducing the political topic and all the different heroes and all that stuff, I felt as though I was being talked down to when getting introduced to the different aspects of the world, and I just was like, I don't like this because I think we would have got it, you know? Like, it's not that complicated of a story that you needed to say it this frequently and this in depth to me. But that's not like a big problem because every movie does that, and also all comics do that too. So it's literally just an adaptation of the comics.
are you talking about whenever they're all in like the office and it's playing on the TV?
I think that scene is definitely very hokey, and you can tell that it's in the movie specifically to give the audience like context to Lex Luthor and these characters that he created. I kind of rolled my eyes at that moment. And then,
Is that a bad thing though? Like, why?
no,
is,
it's
like,
not a bad thing. But like, I want it to be more like diegetic. I want it to be more natural. You know, like a presentation scene is the most boring and cliche way you can give exposition. You know.
But it's a news station.
No. What?
No. Like, that's what the Daily Beagle is.
It
They
wasn't
spread
that.
news.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Lex Luthor scene in the Pentagon.
Oh.
I was talking about the news station.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, some of those news things are kind of really. They, like, I understand that it is that, but like I don't know. Sometimes I felt like they were talking to the audience too. But I get what you're talking about, this guy. Yeah.
Does that mean that you're a fan, or you're more of a fan of how they introduced like Engineer, where she just kind of started out like hunting down like immediately, and you'd be like, "Hey, this is part of like Luthor's gang."
I enjoyed her at the beginning until they had the Pentagon scene, and he was like, he gave her. They did the Suicide Squad intro for her, And I was like, dude, that's such a fucking lame way to introduce this character again. You know, whenever they did that to Super Ultraman and her, in my head, it was the same thing as pausing the screen and giving me a list of their character traits. You know, it's the exact same thing as that in my head. But like, we ended up seeing enough out of them that I kind of brushed it aside. I called Austin after I saw the movie and we talked about it for like 2 hours. I think the beginning part of this movie is by far the worst part of it, and I don't mean that it's bad necessarily, but I think that it's the most expository at the beginning. I think that the most of the problems are at the beginning. I think the CGI is probably the worst at the beginning for the most part, bar one scene that I'm going to get to. But yeah, I think after like the first 15, 20 minutes, it just really takes off and it gets going, and after that I don't really have basically any complaints at all, except for this really fucking horrible scene at the end of the movie that's like 10 minutes long after Superman escapes from the prison and he's carrying this disgusting glob of a baby and he falls into the river and it just looks like shit for about 10 minutes and then they escape, and I hate it. I didn't enjoy that. I think so.
What?
I hated.
Didn't think that was the scene you were going to be talking about.
I think it looks so bad. About halfway through the movie, Mom turned to me and she said, I really like this movie, but this movie looks so bad. And I said, yeah, the CG really comes and goes sometimes. And I do. You wrote that down too, Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really comes and goes. And I think that entire 10-minute sequence with him in the river is the worst the movie has. And if you just remove it and focus that CG time and everywhere else in the movie, it would have been so much better off about it. And
So, like...
Go ahead.
The ones I was talking about was like the gigantic like monster. Like that one occasionally didn't look real.
Totally. Yeah.
And some of the flying scenes, not all of them, because I wanted to say some of the flying scenes look pretty good, especially later in the movie. But some of like the early ones, it clearly looked like a green screen.
Yeah.
At the beginning, to me at least. So I wrote that down, but I was like, it wasn't a consistent issue.
No,
but I do
consistent.
See what you're talking about.
I'm just saying some issues, because we're going to be talking about all the greatest parts of this movie for the next, like, probably 30 minutes, if we're being honest here. I'm just saying the things that I saw that weren't peak entertainment, because I know that you guys are just going to be like, this is the greatest movie ever, I love this thing, this is perfect.
Hey,
I'm saying it's not perfect, it's really great.
Hey, not the greatest.
I think that's fair.
The greatest movie ever doesn't have anything with eyes.
No one. I think everyone has their own like opinions.
The baby looks so bad though, and I know that's hypocritical, dude. Dude, Austin, this movie is the Flash for you. You know, down to the bad CG, down to the exact bad CG baby.
Yeah, that's fair. I think some things like the bad CG baby, like in my mind, if it's trying to adapt reality, it has to be held to that standard, and I feel like, to a degree, I think the CG is something that's fair to complain about, honestly. Like, but I didn't have a problem with it because the world felt so comic booky. Like, I didn't need like Godzilla realism on the giant monster. Well, the baby was a little wonky, but it's also a wonky baby.
Pick one.
Yeah, it was a wonky baby from a creature. I have no idea what it looks like. Yeah, but like it could have just looked like that.
I don't know. I hated it. It reminded me of the Twilight
River
Child
thing too. I don't know. I'm like, it was very stylistic, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I get it, but I just like, it didn't do anything. You know, it just was another scene of Superman slightly struggling before he eventually left the If he was just wandering around the void and then one of the balls found him, the exact same outcome as if he went through the river and then the ball found him.
So boring though.
I know it's boring, but like I think the end of the movie is interesting. It's so interesting. I think the end of the movie is interesting enough that like you could get rid of that very CG heavy scene and make the rest of the movie look consistently good, and it would have been so much better.
But you wouldn't have had the
baby,
relationship with the one creature who comes in at the end because he saved the child. And then he's like, "Oh my god, thank you!"
It was,
and then they took off.
No, it is more bonding with Metamorpho. You're totally right about that.
And it's Superman saving a baby, like trying to float down basically a river of lava into a black hole. Like
the entire time,
that is kind of like his whole thing.
I know,
Protect
it is his
everything.
whole thing. I totally agree with it. But like my thing about it is that it just looks so bad, and I'm like, I don't want this in the movie. If it wasn't in there, the rest of the movie would look better, I think.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
but
I don't think the rest of the movie looks
Well, if
better.
you don't put the time and effort into this scene and divert that time into other scenes, it will look better. The
Or you
scene-
could just
assuming
say
they
you wish
do.
the scene CG was better. Like that's.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they just put a little more time into that
I
one.
wish this
Yeah.
movie had like a year more in the cooker to make the CG look perfectly realistic, but I also understand that that is the most unrealistic ask I could ever have, you know?
Jan, what did you think about this river scene?
To be honest,
It's a
I didn't notice any like bad CGI with that. Maybe like the
Maybe I'm being nitpicky, I don't know.
viewer or fan of me just didn't notice that. Speaking of, I don't think I noticed any bad CGI. So maybe I was just there for a good time. But
Well, we're also nitpicking. It's not like it's so bad
No,
that
my
it's like
mom noticed
blatantly
it was
obvious.
bad.
Like,
My
I
mom does not
didn't-
notice that stuff very much, and
maybe look at it.
she like several points was like, "This is bad."
I must have been like looking elsewhere aside from the river, or maybe like my attention was on the baby and Superman solely and not the river. Because like I guess if you do look away from that, like they're trying to distract you, right? And I probably
But I also
fell for
think
the
the baby looks bad.
baby was goofy.
He's supposed to be a
I know, but I didn't like it. I was like, this isn't a real. I don't like it. This doesn't look like a
weird.
living
They made-
being.
I feel like Superman could have just flown out of it. I don't
Well,
know
he
why.
had kryptonite poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he still was
He
like
definitely could have probably just flown out of it. That was also
I mean,
that
better
was
than
also-
just like
he was
the
flying
swimming
earlier.
scenes with Christopher Reeves.
Yeah,
Like,
it was the same. That's what it reminded me of a little bit. I was like,
except he had a proton river and a black hole, and
Get out.
and Christopher Reeves had a pool
yeah,
and chains.
yeah. Just one of them got a kiss
Oh.
at the end, and one of them didn't.
Yeah, low key. This 2025 Superman, low key got scammed.
He did get scammed.
But-
Kidding. I actually
We'll
like
make
the
out
scene
that-
halfway through the movie where him and Lois hugged instead of kissed. Really liked that. I thought that was felt more adult, you know, especially because he snuck in the "I love you." Really good, really good.
So,
That's all my complaints
this-
about the movie. By the way, I'm done.
well, I want to see what you think about those scenes like right before the river, because like obviously Lex Luthor's playing roulette with the guy who just gave him a falafel for free one time. So, you think everything looks good in that, and then down,
What do you mean? Like the CG?
like down, like
Like
CGI.
the prison area, you didn't
yeah.
have a problem with that or anything, or the monkeys.
Yeah,
How about
like everything
no,
else
the
was
monkeys
fine
don't
except
look
for the
real.
river
Let's
and
be
the moon.
honest here. The monkeys aren't real
Dude,
CG, but I never expected
the
them to
monkeys
be
were
real the second I
hilarious.
heard monkey. Also, they're
monkeys were
fucking
hilarious.
funny, so I forgave that
Yeah.
a little bit more. There was more to like in that scene. With
They're
the
actually
CG.
just online haters. That is
Sick.
hilarious.
Hashtag
They're just
super
bots. That's
shit.
like- and it shows Lex's just
Yeah,
pettiness. Like
such
he
a,
just
dude,
That's
he's a
like-
generational hater, dude. That is one of the best parts of this movie. It's so awesome, dude. Austin, mom really
There's
didn't like his
Flash level.
monologue, and I had to explain to her why it's actually good and her opinion's wrong. No, I'm kidding. I said that it's super valid that she feels that way. However, I enjoy how long he's talking because like he's talking about the fact that he doesn't. Oh, Chandler.
You're good.
Okay.
fact.
Well,
Like,
he,
when I froze him again, so I plugged it.
I think that monologue at the end is intentionally too long because it's a guy talking about how he loves the smell of his farts and he's aware that he loves
He loves to hear his own voice.
yeah,
like
exactly. It's character development. Like that, the fact that monologue is too long is character development. And I don't know if that's actually what James Gunn wrote that to be, but I also got the feeling of, okay, he's talking too long. But then I thought about it for a second and I was like, okay, I kind of like this, I think.
he wants to be the center of attention.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I think that's like a good point. Like during that monologue, or kind of like around that like scene time in the movie.
Without that monologue, I
it's a
wouldn't have liked
big-
him as a villain. Genuinely.
I don't agree like that's I guess brings me to this point, because at that time he admitted, like, as opposed to the other Superman movies we watched where Lex had some ulterior motive
Yeah.
and was really like trying to accomplish some, like throw a crystal in the water and become a multi-billionaire because he wants a giant landmass. Like the whole thing of this movie was like Lex wants to like get land and get money and become like a king, and in reality he just hates Superman.
Yeah.
Like every other thing was just like just build up for him to beat Superman.
Totally,
He's like,
yeah.
I don't care about murdering hundreds of thousands of people. I just hate this guy.
And I think
That's
that
it.
You
monologue,
will
like,
be one of them.
that monologue, like, super, like that engulfs that entirely. And I think that honestly, it wouldn't have landed without it. I feel. I think that's such a crucial part of the movie, just in my opinion, because they did that red herring of the land thing, and I think without nailing the coffin of this guy is just like he's egomaniac, but like he's the egomaniac. You kind of needed that, I felt personally, because that scene actually kind of gave me chills. I was like, okay, all right, I like him. This guy's good.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was just sweet the whole movie.
He was sick the entire movie.
So sick.
No, he was really sick. I just didn't like his motivations until that moment, and then I was like, okay, I get it now. You know?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. He just always seemed like he just hated Superman. I'm not gonna lie.
Skyler was alone.
There was never really too much where he's like, I have one goal, and it's that guy and him in the ground, and like that's it. That's it.
And he's menacing too.
He's super menacing, yeah.
It's not like the leader in like Brave New Bird where he's the smartest guy only because the script says he is. Like everything he does is like methodical. Like no, go on.
I thought of one thing I didn't like that's related to Lex Luthor's intelligence, and it's such a small thing, and I'm aware that this is a nitpick, but I both liked and disliked the codes. I think the codes were awesome, but also didn't really make sense because Superman could probably react fast enough that like he wouldn't be able to say the codes in the
like he can't keep up with the speed of the fight.
he can't keep up with the speed of the fight. It's like Skylar Dragon Ball. They were like that fight was 5 minutes long, but in watch time it's like 6 hours of viewing. So obviously they're moving so fast that a normal person wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I just thought that was a little ridiculous. However, I loved it because he had a code specifically for punching Superman in the balls. I loved that. X2! that was my favorite code. I thought that was so funny. I can't believe
while we're on that ball kick.
Yeah.
While we're on that ball kick. I don't know if it's me. I think it's hilarious that this is the second time Superman has crashed into Met Stadium.
I did think that was funny, yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the funniest callback, and they changed it to the meteors, too.
Yeah.
As he's crashing there. That was sweet.
Yeah.
It's so
really
funny
sick.
that I got to see another baseball stadium get crashed into by a Superman. But
can we loop back around to that? Because that baseball stadium is actually going to be when we talk about my favorite scene. So let's hold that until we get to that part of it. So like let's start talking about literally anything else about the movie.
I want to talk about the monkeys on the computer again because honestly that was maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Super shit.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. That was probably the funniest James Gunn joke in the movie to me, I think. Personally.
Oh my goodness.
I like the Jimmy stuff. Sorry.
No, the Jimmy stuff was really funny. Okay, so I guess it's time for me to say this. So definitive characters that I've got from this movie, like that are now in my head whenever I think of insert comic book character, I now think of this actor. Jimmy Olsen, 100%. It was perfect. Mainly because the other Jimmy Olsens are terrible, and I never want to see them again. So yeah, definitely gone. Guy Gardner. Nathan Fillion did such a fucking great job as Guy Gardner. I'm very excited to see where he goes in Lantern. However, I don't feel that way about Superman and Lois because there's a TV show that has Superman and Lois with the best chemistry ever. They are so great together.
I think these are just the exact same. That's like my pro for that. Is like she looks and acts like Lois from the TV show, basically.
Yeah, but
and he looks and acts like
I need to see the relationship develop more because I just like the way that Superman and Lois within Superman and Lois bounce off each other. I think Tyler Hoechlin and David Cornsweet are essentially like identical in my brain to like how they portray the character.
Yeah, they're close. I think
their suits are the biggest.
I think David Cornsweet's more of a Boy Scout. I would even say.
Yeah,
like more corny. I think
he's supposed to be younger though. That's like kind of how I take it. I think that David Cornsweet would grow into Tyler Hoechlin.
I can see that. I can totally see that. I think they're both amazing interpretations of the character.
Big time. Yeah. I think I need to see more of David Cornsworth to fully convince me that he is my definitive Superman. You know?
What about Lex Luthor?
No,
Lex
dude,
Luthor.
yes, 100%, easily, 10 out of 10, best Lex Luthor. There's never going to be a better Lex Luthor. Nailed it, perfect. Couldn't ask for a better one. Nicholas Hoult, I would like to kiss you on your bald ass head. What?
I wrote a note specifically for this guy. I was like, holy shit, this guy's him.
So
I was like, oh my
good.
goodness.
Dude.
You know what's crazy? He auditioned for Superman. So
I know, yeah.
In a way, I'm so glad he didn't get the role because
So
he's
happy
so
he
good.
didn't get it, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
He's not Superman, you know? Did you guys see the interview with
Well, to be fair, I'm not doubting him right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, you can be whoever you want. I would probably believe it.
Did you see the interview where David Cornsweet interviewed Nicholas Hoult, and Nicholas Hoult interviewed David Cornsweet, but they had lie detectors on? And David
No, that's
Cornsweet
awesome.
asked him, was there a scene in which we were together and you thought that you would do a better performance of Superman than me? And Nicholas Hoult said yes. He said yes, but you know it's not true. And I thought that was really funny. But I couldn't see him as Superman. He just isn't. He just does such a good job as Lex. I think he has the best. I've talked to Austin about this. You guys probably don't even know what I'm going to be mentioning here. It's going to be another one of those, like, where did Zach pull this fucking scene out of? But I think the best acting performance in this entire movie is done by Lex. And the reason why it's the best is because it's such a normal human reaction thing that you probably didn't even think about it whenever it happened. And it was at the end of the movie when Superman thinks that he's about to lose. I mean, no, wait. Ultraman has him on the ground. Lex thinks he's about to lose. Monologuing to him about why Superman's a little bitch. And then he goes, I got my dog. And then Lex is like, he like stutters. That's the best acting performance in the movie. Because he does it, because that, if it's done even like slightly wrong, that sound will come out super cringe. But it sounded so real and natural. And like, dude, everyone has done that when something that you truly don't understand is happening in the moment. You're just like stuttering. And he would never think, because like he would never rely on some stupid fucking animal to come save him. So obviously he wouldn't think that was happening. Love that scene. Fan-fucking-tastic. Such a little thing that made me be like, that's a detail right there, you know?
You know how Ultraman had that speaker in his chest?
Yeah.
Superman kept looking at it. Like, he kept drawing your attention to her. I was like, I was waiting for him to smash it and break it,
Yeah.
and then Ultraman
Me too.
is clueless. He can't hear anything, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't happen. Maybe that's what they faked you out. They baited you. They wanted you to do it or think that was going to happen. They didn't.
I don't know.
So.
I think it's not even like anything. I think it's just the camera showing where he's talking from, maybe. I think we got to rewatch the movie with the idea that it's not going to go anywhere, and then maybe it's not as big of a deal as we thought it was. I don't know. I think I didn't actually even write down this movie in like the normal format that I normally do, because I don't think that the viewing that I had, even though I paid attention the entire time, I don't think it was enough to actually like properly review the movie, because I think my opinions are going to change on it. There's some things that I didn't like that I've come around on it. There's things that I did like that I thought about more and I didn't like it. I don't know. I think this movie's going to age interestingly. I'm very excited to see what it'll be like in the next 10 years.
Yeah,
I
I think
actually
it'd
agree.
be the second watch.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Like, I think it had a lot of expectations, I think, from all of us, like, especially having watched, like, the previous ones now. And,
I'm not
like,
gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be terrible. You both psyched me out so bad. Whenever I told you about watching it, like, good luck, and then you.
Oh, yeah.
It's because of the eye. It's because of the eye thing. I thought that was going to ruin it for you. I thought you were going to hate this movie because of how much eye shit there was. Wait, also one other CG thing that I also don't think looks the best. I really love the scene where Superman goes like hog wild at the end, but I do also think occasionally it looks like a PS5 cutscene. It is also just an insanely enjoyable scene, like where he goes, "You can try" or whatever. Whenever they say kill him, and he jumps up and he starts flying around and shooting the lasers. And he spins around in circles and beats up all the guys. Awesome scene. I really loved it. But it also, like, it doesn't look like David... It looks like David Cornsweet, but it looks like God of War's interpret... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Nailed it. It's the best...
I thought you were talking about scene where Superman like flies into LexCorp and he's like yelling at Lex like, "Where's the dog?" I thought you were talking about that as the cutscene.
Love that scene.
That one's really good, and that would be an absolute banger of a cutscene, especially because it ends with like the video and it transitions like outward.
He points at the camera. You heard it. I thought that was so funny.
He was so mad, and it's so awesome. Like,
It's not even
literally
his dog.
turning so in for a dog
That's
that
not
he
even
doesn't
his.
like and
Yeah.
isn't his.
Yeah.
Like, that's Superman.
Oh,
it's
so
the
good. And then it's
it's
followed
him
by the
turning-
scene where he tells Lois that he's gonna go turn in the dog, and he does it so casually. He does it so matter of factly. Like there's literally no other solution than to turn
Not
himself in.
discussion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there wasn't two if, ands, or buts about it. I'm not gonna go find it. He was like, well, that's the best chance I have. That is what
Yeah.
Superman would do. It's so awesome. That was the definitive Superman. One of the definitive Superman scenes for me. So good.
And one of the definitive ones for me was whenever they're fighting that gigantic monster, and obviously,
Yeah.
well, it's Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and Green Lantern are all like fighting. They're just like they're kind of like wrecking the place. They're not like too casual, and one of them, the monster's about to step on a squirrel, and Superman flies through, grabs a squirrel, and just puts him down somewhere else. I'm like, wow, he really just saved a squirrel.
that was one of my favorite
And-
scenes.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah, I
top
was like,
for
wow, this guy really does just protect everything. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. That
And the
scene-
slow mo of him protecting the girl from the glass, so sick.
That's
was so
my
tough.
favorite shot of the movie. It's so
Right, you
cool
can spoil it.
looking, dude. No. That's not my favorite scene. That's my favorite shot. Like, I think
Oh,
when I think of Superman, you know how you said whenever you think of Superman, you think of that scene where he's like in space and he's listening to the problems of the world and deciding which one to go. Whenever I think of Superman now, after that trailer, I think of that scene where he like goes and covers the girl, and it's just so fucking. That scene is so fucking good. A lot of really great hero moments in this movie. It's really fantastic.
okay. Also, a very niche thing that I really liked. The very beginning of this movie, Superman's breathing was so believable.
Yeah.
I actually thought he shattered like ribs. Well,
Yeah,
ribs,
like
and I
it.
thought his lungs were gone. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was right, but I was like, that is so good. He
Yeah.
sounds so beat. Like, it's insane. Yeah, and I was very impressed because he kept breathing like that for like the first couple minutes of the movie. It wasn't even just like the first like little bit until Crypto got there. It was like as Crypto was dragging him too.
till the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that
up
was
until that
cool.
scene, he is still breathing like that. Like, I thought that was impressive.
You
And I
see
was
like those magnifying lenses to Yo, Superman was
Yeah.
so cool.
I like
love
that. Yeah, good comic detail. You know. I'm gonna bring it back to the monster scene for a second. There was a bit of world building in there that made me think of Oda, and it was whenever he Austin's smiling because I already told him about this one, where he is like trying to save the big monster, and he goes, "We could have taken it to some intergalactic zoo or something." Great world building, because it's not like he's saying that as a joke. He's like, "Oh yeah, there's a ton of planets out there, and we could have just taken him to some other planet and just kept him there." Great stuff, because that's kind of like a hint into the Supergirl movie too, which I'm very excited for. I honestly, you guys can go ahead and say that this is a head-ass opinion. I tend to have those a lot this year, but I think Supergirl is going to be a way better movie than this one. Like, and
No,
I don't.
I think that's fair.
Oh, okay. I don't
Nope.
think it's going to be a better
I don't
comic
think I'm
book
gonna enjoy
movie.
it. More.
Yeah, it's not going to be a better comic book movie. I think it's going to be like a way better movie, especially if they like accurately adapt the comic that they're going for. I think they could take it in a really serious and interesting direction. I'm really excited for that.
Who directs it?
I have no idea. I have actually no clue.
I think it has
personally,
a
I just
chance.
like comic book movies more than movie movies. So
Yeah.
this one's probably still gonna be better for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100.
But I mean, I'll be
worth it.
interested to see if my opinion changes. But
Fair.
I feel like it probably won't.
I'm
As
excited
far
to
as
see
change-
Jason Momoa as
Winning
Lobo.
Oscar, like I think
Yeah.
that will have like it's like dealing with like substance abuse and
Mhm.
just gonna have like a traumatic backstory and like now with everything with like Superman's parents and basically the Kryptonians being Viltrumites, like that's gonna be a rough childhood probably.
So good though. I love that, dude.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, here's the thing. Okay, we've never had a perfectly accurate Superman, but we have Chris Reeve Superman, who like kind of does it. We literally never in live action media have had something that like even slightly resembles an accurate Supergirl interpretation. So I'm insanely excited for this, especially since they're like actually leaning into her being a fucking dickhead. Really excited for that. It's gonna be
Is that what
really.
she actually is?
She big time.
In the
Yeah,
comics?
dude. Her whole thing is like, what if Superman got his powers as an adult and decided to abuse them? That's what Supergirl is.
I kind of got a little bit of that because again, I'm not too familiar with the comics, so I kind of got that when it was like, oh, she goes to party on the red suns because we can't get drunk on the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I knew it. Her first line, whenever she was like, "Thanks for watching my dog, bitch." I was like, okay, they got it. They nailed it. They did it. They got Supergirl. I'm excited. They've convinced me to watch this movie.
So just like whipping her around and like the way she's just like giggling is just so funny.
Yeah.
And like it's also like a feat of strength though too, because like think about it, like 5 minutes before Lex was getting dog walked by that.
All of the damage Lex took in the entire movie was by Crypto. I'm really excited for that movie, but I guess we can bring it back to like the actual movie at hand. There really is fucking a lot in this in this one. Okay, I'm gonna talk about some scenes that aren't my favorite scenes of the movie, but scenes that made me cry. Go ahead.
I just want to say I thought the music in this movie was really good.
Dude.
It fit the scenes so well, and it added so much. And like
the rework of the Chris Reeves theme is so.
I think I said that it's. Was it the last movie that we said the music wasn't too good? Was it the Superman Returns that the music wasn't good?
We said that there wasn't music in Superman Returns. We said it was quiet.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, the lack of music. Yeah.
It was like a silent fucking movie. I like the music in the original one. But the rework of the original score is so good. It was such a really great addition. I liked in this.
This one is so good. That was just one thing I to say before we started talking about scenes because it wasn't even me.
No, you're back. You're good. You're good.
Oh, just like in every scene, the music was so good, and like I really
sing that final song every day. All right, we know what song we're talking about here. We don't want YouTube to know it too. Okay.
Oh, shoot! Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't think I sounded well enough to get a copyright.
You would be shocked. I gave like a hum of the Eminem song and or Venom video, and that one got a strike.
Oh, okay. Maybe axe that audio then.
No,
sorry.
It's okay. No, you're fine. I was talking over you. I think it's whatever. But shit. What was I doing?
The scenes that made you cry.
Oh yeah.
Emotional scene.
There were two scenes back to back, and one of them I knew going into the movie that it was probably going to happen, just because like it's so powerful to me. But
I think I know. I think I know one of them.
Yeah.
At least one of them was for me.
The one that made me cry is the Pac Kent scene. Like that's just like obvious.
Yeah.
Everyone expected that. It was a really powerful scene that helped Superman get through. But the other one was the scene literally following it, where we start getting introduced to the war and all of the kids pushing up the Superman flag.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude, that's it. That's Superman to me. Like all of my favorite Superman comics revolve around him intervening in wars, and that's just like that's it. That it was so good. And this isn't a complaint. But it was something that I wanted to see in the movie, and I'm not upset that it didn't happen because I think that it makes more sense plot-wise that it didn't happen. But fuck, dude, I wanted Superman to fly in to the kid that was holding the flag. I wanted his cape to like the sound of his cape to overwhelm the sound of the flag as he looks.
I was so excited.
Superman. I would have started bawling if that happened. I would have been like, holy fuck, that's so good. That's what I wanted. But I know that it makes more sense plot-wise to have the other superheroes show up because Superman has already caused political problems within this land, so it would have been probably more of an issue for him to show up there. And obviously he needs to deal with the stuff in Metropolis, so yeah.
I agree with everything you said 100%. It would have been amazing.
It would have been
I was
so
waiting for
cool,
that.
dude. I'm like, my eyes are watering up thinking about it. It would have been so awesome. Ugh.
That scene on the bench was actually fantastic.
So good, dude.
That was actually so good. It felt so genuine, and everything was so like well said, like tone wise to how the dad even started the conversation because like he was never just going to straight up start with what it was.
Yeah,
He's always going to talk around a little bit and then kind of get into it and then really get into it. And it was so well done. Yeah, it was so great. And then straight into the mom going, look at the TV. Oh, it was actually
This is
fantastic.
a rough
No,
part of
I'm
the movie,
very
bro,
glad
dude.
you brought that up.
If I didn't cry on the bench scene, I wasn't making it through the following scene. There's no way. It's not possible.
Crazy build
I'm,
up.
It was-
I must say, I don't know how I feel about Rocket Raccoon being evil. Because normally,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I
think
love
that's
it.
something we need to
Is
talk
the
about. I
best
do
is the
too.
best adaptation change that they've had so far. Great. So awesome.
Does anyone not like Scott or Chan? Or do you actually think that that's not a bad thing?
I don't know. Maybe it's because
I
like we didn't actually get to see. It was all like a recording, and I'm in denial. Let's say that.
I think that's
If I
fair.
could have like seen him actually, yeah, like one. Give me 1 second, Zach. One second.
No,
and you
that's
can-
why I'm raising my hand. I wasn't intervening. I was waiting for you to call on
Oh.
me.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like because normally you do see in the past before Krypton explodes, you do see the parents like sending off Kal-El. Maybe if they would have flashbacked somehow seeing like that message recording. I don't know. Just seeing like it being like a 3D hologram just didn't sit right. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I liked it because Jor-El is always like the goat, and the Kryptonians are always like good for the most part. So I thought it was interesting that Superman decided to be Superman apart from his blood. You know, I really something about that is super impactful to me. Like his blood's evil,
think
but he
that's
decided
better.
to become the best guy ever, and that's more emotional to me than his family being like, be good, and he's like, all right, I guess I'm good, you know.
But his S is supposed to stand for hope, right?
I
Maybe
think
not
so.
here. Maybe
No, I'm
not
pretty
here.
sure that started in the 2010s. Am I wrong with that, Austin? Can you correct me?
I actually don't know about that. I mean, that's kind of how I was introduced to it. So
Oh,
I kind of
okay.
thought at some point during
I
the
could be
earlier
wrong. Someone smarter than me comment and say that I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Or if he's right, tell me he's right.
To my
think it's-
knowledge, I'm pretty sure the S is just the family crest of the House of El.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, but like I think what that means is I guess up for debate. But I don't know. I completely agree with what Chan was saying, and like I also agree with what Zach you were saying. But I think in the Supergirl movie, we're probably gonna backtrack on that a little bit. Like I think
Probably a
Zach and I talked
mistranslation.
a little bit. Yeah, mistranslation. Like maybe it is what they thought, but they didn't mean it in a bad way, and that sounds like kind of justifying colonizing an entire planet.
No,
but
they
I don't know.
probably said that the planet is weak, and it took that as like rule over them. They probably said
Or, like-
find a wife and have kids, and they took that as make a harem or something. You know, I think it's just
No,
going.
hope
they
they
said
hear
there's
parties
no way.
say
They said there's
that.
no way it's a mistranslation of like any sort.
That's like they'd be backtracking on
Yeah,
that,
I
and
don't
I,
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really bad.
I would
feel like
Yeah.
prefer
kinda
if they just
considered it now.
doubled down and they were bad.
I agree.
I would really like that. I think because Chandler, have you ever read or heard of the Absolute comics? It's
Wait, is that what's new or no?
They're very new. They're the brand new line of DC Comics. It's their new interpretation of the universe. They're the best versions of they're the best reboot since probably like 2005. And the reason why is because they take all of these heroes and they wipe away basically the entire backstory of them, but they keep like the key identity, which is why they fight. And that's the only thing that's normal about these characters. Like Bruce Wayne is a poor kid who like just lifted until he could beat a brick out of someone, and that's why he's Batman. He still had his like everything happen to him, but he doesn't have any money at all. Like he doesn't have anything to support his Batmaning. He just goes out. He doesn't have any gadgets. He just beats the fuck out of people, and that's a shtick. And he's still Batman, you know? And Superman, what was his shtick? He was raised by shitty parents or doesn't have parents or... Well, Austin, you read it recently.
I think it was, I didn't, I sent it, and I can't remember exactly what it was. I mean, it was like, I think the Kryptonians were evil in them, honestly.
I don't remember that. What I remember... Well,
No?
his powers are different, but... He was raised by a different family, kind of.
Yeah, they were bad basically.
Yeah.
Like they were bad parents compared to like Ma and Pa Kent normally. I
Yeah.
don't remember what the context was though.
And I think they're super interesting, not because just because they veer off, but because they're still that superhero at the end of the day, even though they have a different story. You know,
It's like
that's
the
why I
opposite
like
of
it.
like what happened with Zack
Interesting.
Snyder is like
Yeah.
you just kept everything superficial and then whipped away everything else.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who likes Man of Steel,
like
it's just not Superman. Like
Yeah. Sorry, Chandler. I don't know if that helped with that at all.
No, I know that was cool. But that's not what this was based off of. It was based off. What comic was?
Austin All-Star Superman. That's what it's.
That they said they like based it off of that generally, but I mean, in that one spoiler, if you're reading that, like he dies, it's like kind of like his last day type thing. I think that was more like the vibe they were going for Superman. I don't know if there's ever been like a history where like it's exactly like this, where he gets like a crappy translation. I think that was just like a Gunn original idea, which I personally liked.
Yeah, a lot of this was Gunn original. Like the axolotl kaiju that's not in the comics to my knowledge.
I mean, it's just big monster. You know?
I liked it. I wasn't saying it was a bad thing.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just like it's weirdly shaped big monster, slightly reptilian.
I was thinking this kaiju like the more, because they said it was gonna get larger, and you knew in the trailers it was a big monster. I was thinking if it ate stuff, ate sustenance, it would get larger. Like I want to see a skyscraper.
That would have been sick if it like opened up and tore off the top of the
Yeah, he just rips off a skyscraper and starts like.
That would be sick, dude. I would have loved that. I considered it like part of his experimenting with Superman stuff, and he grew with sun.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, I see that. I was like,
I mean, they did release it at night though, which I mean, I guess they said
anticipation, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's fair point.
Yeah, at night when he was scrolling.
They could have released it at like 4 a.m. It just was dark out.
Yeah,
that's very true. I also thought that was Crypto the first time. They kind of cut straight from the dog to the parade scene. So I was like, is that?
Did they create the dog? Did they create the dog?
I was like, is he?
All right.
I was like, that's a wild dog. That's a really wild dog.
There was another version of this movie that got very negative reviews and test screenings where Ultraman punches Crypto apparently really hard. Where do you guys think it was placed? This is the fun segment of the movie. Where was that dog punch?
Oh, and when they went into the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, definitely at the beginning. I was thinking that or at the end of the movie, whenever the two of them fight together.
Oh, you're talking where on the dog did he get punched?
Oh, no, I meant where in the movie.
I'm so glad Austin went to first.
That's so fair. Glad. And now, here's another question after that. Do you think it was better that the movie didn't have that scene, or do you think it doesn't matter, or do you think the movie's worse off?
Probably better. I never really like to see like unnecessary like animal violence, fair. And I feel like there's a multiple, unless like depending on how the scene gets brought up, like it could just be straight up necessary where it's like, okay, why did you even just add this? Like you could have easily just taken this out.
I doubt it's
but
honestly.
Yeah, I would really need to see it like placed, but like but like I would like to know where it's placed to give like an exact opinion, because this is like also like Crypto is like a superhero.
Yeah.
So like he's going to take damage.
He's a super dog, you know? Like it probably wouldn't even break a bone.
Well, Superman's bone still got broken.
Yeah, Superman.
I guess that's
so he still got hurt, but he just got healed.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I would like to. I guess I really can't give my true opinion until if I were to see the scene. But I'm just gonna straight up say probably just don't add it. But we'll see. It's like it's always just in bad taste to hit a dog really, really hard, or just at all.
I think that's probably the forefront of all of our opinions.
Yeah.
I would like to mention, I do hate animal cruelty, of course. And chat, don't clip this, but I would have loved to see the dog get beat because... Pause.
You phrase it like, how do you come back from that phrasing?
You would have loved to see the dog get beat?
Hear me out. That's why I said, chat, don't clip this. I hate villains. Utterly detest them for doing that sort of stuff.
Oh,
and I would love to see Ultraman get the shit beat out of him for that reason. So please don't take it like I want to see the dog actually get hurt. I like seeing the villain,
be worse.
Yeah, okay.
I think that is actually a huge jumping point. If you were done like saying what you were
that's it.
It's kind of going from like Sky to you, Chen, and like what you're saying. It's exactly how I thought about it. Is it depends on how they implement it, because if it's just Ultraman, just like punching him instinctively or something, like hitting him hard that way, I'm not on board for it, because it would make you hate Ultraman more than like Lex or something. So Lex is really the villain. Like Ultraman's just
That's
a
a
puppet.
great
yeah.
point. That's
So-
actually so
So
good.
if Lex says 1A the dog, that would be insane.
No,
would
you're
be.
right, dude.
Yeah.
If they 1A the dog,
That would have
crazy.
that would have made me hate Lex so
Yeah,
much.
That's a
man.
great point, actually. That's a fantastic point. I think I'm on with Austin.
Yeah.
What he said right there. Okay, I have one.
Ship too.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm jumping ship to Austin's opinion too. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was he nailed that one.
That's kind of exactly what I was just trying to say. He did it 10 times better. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go.
One more thing related to crypto, and then we can get into least favorite scenes, because we've been talking about the movie for about an hour already, which is clocking like the
Good movie.
most we've ever talked about a movie, which is pretty cool. I was worried whenever I heard that crypto was added into the movie, because James Gunn, when writing it, in the middle of writing, was like, I got a dog, I love this dog, so I'm adding crypto into the movie, and I went, oh,
James Gunn.
that means that the movie was done and good on its own, and now we just have a dog shoved into it. But crypto was like really well integrated into the story, into the, like, especially into the very end of the movie, that I wasn't expecting him to loop around in such a great way. And he had, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid, but he had his own like story arc about chasing balls until the very end of the movie, where he helped Superman beat Lex and Crypto. It was really great. That was probably like the most shocking thing for me in this movie, was how well written Crypto was.
I think my most shocking thing is that he listened. I think that was the only time in the movie he actually did what he was supposed to the first time.
Yeah.
Well, get the toy, you know? Toy! You know?
Probably he wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, it's something he wants. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, does someone want to go
do it
first?
Actually, well, I was gonna talk more about the dog. I feel like
Go ahead.
he didn't overstep. It wasn't like he wasn't in there like too much.
Yeah.
He was in there causing havoc and like kind of like giving comedic relief to some scenes. And then he was helpful at the end. And then obviously
Oh, he's out.
the scene was pretty funny with Crypto just absolutely thrashing Supergirl and Supergirl giggling. Yeah, so I actually do agree with you that it was like kind of well placed, and he did have his own little like side story going on.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just not
pretty
something you'd
animated.
expect out of an animal, you know?
I would agree. But so Zach, with you talking about Crypto, do you want to kick off least favorite, funniest?
I'll go favorite, because I've been thinking about that a lot. I don't really know what my least favorite scene would be. Like, like my brain is like, oh, I want to say the beginning of the movie, but that's such a cop-out, lame-ass answer, because that's not like a specific scene.
You could say the river.
Yeah, it's the river, easily. It's the river scene. That scene sucks. I would like that out of the
I was gonna say you talked about like 10
That's my
minutes earlier.
answer.
It's
That's
the
my
river.
answer, is the river scene is really bad. Okay. My favorite scene is the baseball fight. That was awesome. Like from start to finish, that fight was
That one hurt.
it was fucking sick. My favorite part
That
of
was
that,
also traumatic.
what was it?
That was also traumatic.
Yeah, it is traumatic.
This
for
James
sure.
Gunn actually hates me.
He hates
Yeah,
me.
this
He
James
really
Gunn
does hate me.
actually hates me.
But the whenever they were teaming up on him and Superman was like competing, and then whenever she fucking like grabbed his arm and connected it, and then he decided to T-pose and spin in circles and slam her into the ground repeatedly, I went like, holy shit, I fucking love that. In the theater, I was like fucking not crying, I was cackling. It was so fucking funny to me. It was just a really fantastic fight that looked really good. Like, all of that was the best CG in the movie, in my opinion. It was really fantastic. That was like the epitome of the Superman fight in this movie. I know that's ridiculous and stupid, but it just was really fantastic all around. I really enjoyed that. And like, I'm including from him flying up until whenever he crashes down. That's my favorite scene. Them landing in the baseball scene until whenever he crashes into the subway. Because I had no idea what the fuck he was going to do whenever he flew up into the air. Because my first thought was, he's going to go into the sun and burn these out of his
Yeah,
body.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly, because he's done this before. He's flown into the sun 1,000,000 times. But, like, that's also a good idea. And then what Lex said, like, even doubled down on the idea that it was a good idea, that she wasn't protected while he, like, quote-unquote, was whenever they hit. So, obviously, she's going to get fucked up, and he's not. Well, he's Superman, so he wasn't going to get fucked up anyway. But Like still, it's sick. Good scene. I really enjoyed that. Really comic booky, really fun, really looked really beautiful. Next, who's up? Do
You can do your funniest.
Funniest?
Yes.
Probably that scene where Lex like stuttered. I like actually that was probably the only time in the movie where like I actually like outwardly openly laughed because I thought it was such a I was genuinely shocked at how great of an acting moment that was, and it was pretty funny. I was like, holy shit, look at that. That's a dude, you know? It's not just an actor. I didn't think like the movie was like overly funny though, personally. There wasn't a whole lot of like cackling moments. Mr. Terrific had some really like funny lines, but they didn't like make me laugh. If anything, they made me go, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Popcorn Chandler.
Oh, good pick.
Okay, I want to throw in my least favorite scene because I do have something. I do want to mention this. But I'll finish with that. My favorite was Mr. Terrific, low-key. I didn't really know much of the guy. I think I've seen him in some animated stuff, so I kind of knew he looked familiar and I knew he was smart. But damn, when he was with Lois going in that portal, he went in X Games mode. That was so cool. Like just him grabbing the ball and just levitating or like 180 degrees over that force field. It was so cool. It was really fun. And Superman flying. I really love anytime Superman flies and you're like the camera's right there, so you kind of get his POV. It's so sick. Like I love every part of that. Even the camera angles.
With the title, where he like did the fly spin and then the camera was on his face and then it went down onto his chest. Really like that.
Yeah, that was chill. Funniest scene. I don't know if I really cackled too much throughout the movie, but I will say I love the Green Lantern flipping off people, or
he did not
Fire Sky poking that eyeball was so funny to me. Whatever contraption that did nothing. That actually contributed nothing to the fight. It's just like poke. It's annoying. His creations are so cool and creative, and just goofy and silly.
I'm sorry, Tan. I can't agree with you. No,
I know. It's the iPhone. I actually looked up what it was. I forget what it is, but I can understand you not liking that. Huh?
I was thinking it was like a fracking machine, like a oil pump, like from like a.
I just simply thought it was like a little poker, like that. Is simply just annoying. I did
that torture device.
And my least favorite scenes were actually end credits. I don't know if they contributed about anything.
Fuck you! I think that's how you should do an end credit scene. What's the point of making you wait until like an extra 15 minutes to see the first 30 seconds of the movie you're gonna watch in 6 months? That's the dumbest thing ever. The end credits should be a joke.
My thing's at 6%. We're about to die here. I don't know. If I do, it might goof everything up. So we'll try. But I don't know. I know this was a make or break. I think.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to make sure this movie was good first before they committed anything else. Yeah, and I know they kind of teased her. I guess you could say that's the teaser for the next movie. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I waited to the end credits just to see what Mr. Terrific and Superman like squabble over like it not aligning.
That was so awesome.
Like that was like the funniest scene. That's the one I was
going to. Had such a genuine reaction. He like actually was disappointed in himself for saying that.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me. I really enjoyed that.
I'd rather waited for something else, but
fair. That's fair.
That's me personally.
Fair. I think that's also fair.
I don't want to wait. I think that you shouldn't be punished if you don't wait. I think that you should have a little chuckle if you do. I think that's what they should be.
I think it should be a gift to like the people who really care about the movie.
Yeah.
And like that's why you stay and like watch it really long. So
Totally.
like someone who like appreciates like a smaller scene that didn't make sense to throw in there and like the falling action, like I like that because it's just like I want more of those scenes. I want Clark being a goofball and corny and silly.
That's the shit we see in the TV show whenever they have too much time and they have to fill in the runtime. So we just get to see these characters in their personalities like in the spotlight. You know?
Fair. Maybe it's an acquired taste. Maybe I'll like it the
Long
second time
time.
around.
Huh? What'd you say,
Huh?
Austin?
It's a long wait,
Yeah.
and I think from Dan's perspective, like it's not worth the wait. I will say that. Like if they just had 2 at the early part of the credits, I'd be happier probably.
Yeah. I'm just a little tired of post credits in general. I think it's about time we don't do that anymore.
I agree.
I don't know. I like my post credits.
I like my Marvel post. Even if they're kind of stupid, I still just like that little.
You like the Kangs, the Council of Kangs yelling at each other. Ah!
Yeah, that was.
Are you
cool.
excited for that?
Well, I mean, I still like seeing it. Just seeing it.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Even if it was fruitless.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen anymore.
That was your least favorite scene in the movie? Was the post credit scene?
Yes, and that's a stretch. So like, I can't really say it's my least favorite. I'm just telling you, it's like one thing I just didn't like.
Fair. All right.
Yeah.
Popcorn, someone.
Right, Popcorn Austin.
All right.
Good pick.
And I was thinking about this because I think I said it like in the little gap we had while fixing the audio, but like it's hard for me to find a least favorite scene. I'm sure there's scenes that I think are less good than the rest, but having only seen this one time, it's kind of hard because it's probably just a scene I don't remember. But I'm gonna go with I guess plot hole type thing that I think I thought of in the moment. When Metamorpho is like in the cage with Superman, in my mind, like I think I mentioned like earlier with like the leader, like Lex is an actual super genius. Like, and that's shown like at multiple points during this movie. Except in this case, I feel like he could have like planned better. If you just have one guard watching like all times, just to make sure that Metamorpho doesn't create a fucking sun.
Yeah, he could have thought that could have been possible, you know, if he could create kryptonite.
If he just
Or he
took
could have
away the
just thrown-
kryptonite.
Yeah, he could have thrown him in the cage and then thrown kryptonite with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And never have to worry about it.
Or like I feel like Lex could have like cut off Metamorpho's hand or something, kryptonite. And I'm like, I feel like that seems like a more thing. I don't know if that's how it works. Once again, nitpicking 100%. But like I feel like that's one literal small issue I thought of. Favorite scene, I think it's like
the river scene. Austin loved the baby.
I'm not gonna lie, the river scene is up there for me just because it's just like super. It's the same reason why
it looks
Superman
so
saving
bad.
the squirrel. I don't care. I don't like.
This is the
that's
Flash
the thing.
for me.
Like,
this is the
you can
Flash for
say
me.
all of these, and like I just don't care.
No, I get
like,
it. Dude, when we review the Flash, it's gonna be exactly the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like,
you'll be like, this looks like shit, and I'll be like, yeah, but this is the first time we've seen this guy run fast. I like it.
I'm like, Superman is saving a baby in a proton river going
Exactly.
outside of a black hole and uses super cold breath to shoot himself away. It was awesome. I don't like. I think CG and enjoyment have to have this balance.
No,
where
I
if you
agree.
enjoy what's happening so much, you kind of don't care about the CG, and that's why it varies.
Yeah,
and
the
for
Flash
me,
is my favorite character, and Superman just
Exactly.
isn't. So.
and that's like what it is for me. But
Yeah.
I think for that same reason, like with the baby, with Superman going to Lexa with the dog and like being so pissed, and like him saving the squirrel, like it's just so Superman to me. Like that's just like what I wanted to see. But favorite scene has to be between Superman's final speech at the end or the crawl of all the flashbacks with like Ma and Pa Kent, where he's like the videos of his family,
the song.
and I'm like, I know it was corny, and like I
It's
just
so good though.
I loved it. It was great. It also just felt it's Superman. He's the most human person who just happens to have superpowers and wants to do the best with them, and those are his real parents who taught him that, and I love that. Funniest, sorry Chan, I gotta say it, the after credit scene I just thought was so like I just like stayed for 10 minutes or whatever it was, and I'm just like, gosh darn, I can be a jerk sometimes. It was so dumb, but like I was
It's
giggling, and
Superman,
like,
you know.
yeah, it's just like nice.
I can't wait
But
for
yeah.
him to like lock in, get pissed. You know, it's always, whenever well-written Supermen get pissed, it's always really great. You know, I reference it. The bar scene from Superman and Lois. I don't know, the apocalypse scene where he beats up Darkseid and the final animated movie. What's another one, Austin? Help me. What's one from the DC animated shows that's probably has?
Oh, when he's fighting, not Doomsday, Apocalypse. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, he's fighting Apocalypse. Darkseid. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god. I'm a fake fan. My bad. I'm mixing Marvel and DC now. Yeah, Darkseid, and like it's like the first time they're like actually facing, and he's just I've had to hold back all this time.
I remember that.
Like
Yeah.
I'm playing with glass, and he just socks the hell out of them.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait for this Superman to do that. It's gonna be so great. Got some news related to that. We could talk about it in a little bit. We'll talk about it in a little bit when Skylar's done.
Yes, Sky's turn.
Okay, so I'll start off with my funniest scene. It was at the end. So Ultraman snaps Superman's arm, and Superman just flings him, and he gets hit by a car and goes hits by a gigantic bus and just goes straight into the black hole. I was like, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
It's like the Batman
gonna beat him,
train type thing.
Wait, what'd you say, Austin?
It was like Batman Begins, where he like basically like kicks him off the street.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like that.
It wasn't me. I just pushed him in front of a bus that was moving into the black
I didn't kill him. I just caused the event. Not Schrodinger. What's the Rube Goldberg affected his death?
Yeah.
So I knew he was gonna have to fall into the black hole somehow. I thought he was gonna get like pushed or like something like that, or like maybe like Crypto's gonna hit him really hard. And he was just gonna fall, and then I see him break his arm. Just like, oh, is this not going where I think it is? And then you know exactly what happens after something like that is crazy. That is so funny. Yeah. And then like a little bit after that, it's like, hey, we still got stuff to do. He's like, yeah, what I'm doing important stuff. And then he like gets his arm back and he flies off. Like that whole little bit to me was pretty funny. And now you might be thinking, wow, which eye scene is he gonna pick? That's just the worst one, because if you've been around here for a while, I hate eye scenes. They're terrible. They're literally just either down or up, and I'm pretty content. I think the Ultraman shooting into his eyes is the worst one.
Really?
It left marks everywhere.
I know that, but there's a zoom in and you see the nanobots go under his eyelids and crawl under his eyes. It's so fucked up to me.
I'm not saying the other ones are great.
Yeah.
By any stretch of the means, these are all 0 out of 10 scenes in my mind.
That's fair.
And I feel like I just, I guess, I kind
the
of
concept
like
of it
I
is
saw
really
the Nanobots. I saw the Nanobots getting close. I saw they explicitly said aim for the eye, right? So I kind of expected this one. He just looked and fired, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Fair.
Yeah. So this one, because it caught me by surprise, it left visual damage, and it was there for a little bit of time. It was not just a quick little bloop. It was a solid 30 seconds or something that it was straight fire on the eyes. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah. So least favorite. Now I can't decide what I think my favorite is. I really want to give it to any of the aura farming scenes because they are so tough. They're so sick. But I also really want to give it. Oh my goodness! Any time I saw smoke come up or dust come up on the screen, or I saw the sun in the background, I was excited. I knew exactly where Superman was going to be, and it was dead center. But I think I'm going to give my favorite scene to the dad on the bench. Yeah, that one was just it was too perfect. So everything was played out so well. Both actors did an absolutely fantastic job. And even from the beginning with him just sitting outside and seeing Crypto run to the dad coming out and telling him to scooch over, it was
so good.
It was perfect. It was actually perfect. Yeah. So it's hard for me to. I really don't want to pass up any of those aura farming ones because the shots look so good. But I really just can't say it's any other scene. That scene is just so good.
The first post-credit scene was also beautiful. I love that shot so much. It was so good.
But I also thought of another kind of quote unquote plot hole that was with Lex's plan. So he planned out everything like so perfectly, right? And he said in the movie he was studying Superman for what 21 or 25 years or something.
I think it's only been like 3.
Yeah, he went every 3 years.
Oh, I thought they said like okay, but it was a lot of days, right? And Superman probably had to do something a good amount of those days. And he found one strand of hair and then relied on one imperfect Superman. I feel like he had cloning. I feel like he would have kept trying to make it closer and closer to like where it wasn't such an obvious weakness. It's like, okay, once he can't hear me, like I lose.
But he didn't
Like,
necessarily. Ultraman like came back. I completely get what you're talking about, but I think Lex liked how stupid he was because he could control it. You know.
I think that too, but he explicitly said it's brain first brawn, and then relied on brawn.
But he used his
like
brain,
other than him.
you know.
Brain,
I don't know. I think he's
I think
thinking of it. It's like a sword, you know.
Yeah.
Ultraman is his sword, and he's thinking about how to use it.
Yeah, but like I feel like he would have thought like, oh, if my main opponent here has laser vision and can hit targets from far, why am I sending 5 orbs around him to be able to see everything?
The orbs were pretty stupid. That's
I think the
valid.
orbs, fair point.
And like that was like the only way he was able to even use
The
Ultraman.
cameras, yeah. The orbs were dumb.
Yeah, so like I feel like either he should have found something better to go and help Ultraman, maybe like something where he can see like through his eyes, or because I mean he has the technology. He cloned a person and created a pocket dimension.
He also is superhero.
So either
so
that
he
or
can just
found
do,
like
crazy.
a smarter Superman, like a smarter one who was maybe a little less strong and like a little smarter, like battle IQ wise, that he's like just kind of brainwashes to get on his side.
I would have liked that.
Or-
I was talking to Austin about that. That's what I thought it was gonna be. Austin did not.
Yeah.
Like it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I take that back, Austin. Don't pretend.
No, because I didn't like the Henry Cavill being Superman.
I was like, what if they pull a Superman from a different universe and he brainwashed him? And I was like, oh, what if it's Henry Cavill? Austin was like, that's so dumb. And I was like,
I love Henry Cavill, but like it would distract from the entire climax of the movie. Realistic,
No,
it'd be
that's super
funny.
fair.
It'd be
That's
funny.
super fair. That's super
Like-
fair. Yeah. No, people would be like, holy shit. Sorry, my bad.
But it surprised me that Lex Luthor, the man who everything had to be perfect, relied on something that was so imperfect.
Fair. Valid. Super valid.
At the very end, only at the very end, everything else he did was pretty much perfect.
Perfect. Like me.
So,
So.
okay. So, did we want to get into numbers?
Yeah, let's hit it.
No. Austin, do you want to kick it off? I mean, this is your
gonna be
flash, as Zach has been
fucking
saying.
Hold on. I think first of all, I'm gonna give a little asterisk here. I need to watch this movie again.
Yeah, this is initial
It is-
reviewings.
yeah.
Say what your heart feels right now. We'll rewatch it in like a year or two and cover it again.
This movie just made me so freaking happy, man. I was like, the first like I don't know 15 minutes. I'm like I'm not as harsh on it as Zach. I'm like it was definitely like a build up for me, but past that point, like I literally smiled from 15 minutes in the movie to the end, and then also like 2 hours after the movie, and I was like, this is just it has a great message. It's just be nice to the people around you, and it does it in a, I was gonna say not a corny way, but in a good corny way that makes it kind of what I think is going to be a sort of timeless message thing. Like I said this to Zach whenever I was like talking with him, like after his initial reaction, I was like, if I have kids, I'm going to show them this movie and be like Superman. And we haven't really had many movies like that recently. What?
Captain America: The First Avenger is that.
No.
Yes.
I don't want my kid to be a soldier.
No, he's not a soldier. You missed the point of the movie, you dumbass.
No, he is a soldier.
No,
he's just
he's
a soldier
not.
for a different cause. He's still
No,
killing.
He said, "I don't want you to be a soldier. I want you to be a good man." That's what he says. That's the point of the movie.
And I get that. He was a good man that is also a soldier. You can be like Superman in this movie to a lower extent. You can't go out and fight Nazis like Captain America.
But you
Like-
can still embody his ideals.
What can you do that
You
you
can
saw
embody
Captain
his
America do?
ideals. You could just be a good guy. beat up bullies. He said, I don't care who I'm fighting. He says, I just don't like bullies.
Okay. Yeah, but it's not. You don't see him beating up bullies that aren't Nazis.
Okay, yeah, but that's just the bullies of the movie. You don't see
this
Superman
is- this
beating
is
up
a dumb
anyone else
point.
that isn't a Lex goon.
I'm sorry. I think it's an overreach to say that the message from Captain America: The First Avenger is the same from this. He's a good person. I love Cap. That's not what the movie was about. And this movie embodied that from start to finish, is that he is a good man. He's a human, despite literally not being a human.
Yeah.
And this is a long, drawn-out speech to say, for now, I'm going to give it a 9.5 because I just want to give it. I don't want to seem. I'm biased. I'm going to say I'm biased, but like
Who cares? It's your opinion. Give it a 10. I don't care.
Who fucking cares? Yeah, hit it.
Actually, yeah, no, screw it. I left the movie and I loved it. I'm like, I didn't have a single issue, and for now, it's probably one of the best comic movies I've ever seen, in my opinion. There probably are issues. I don't care. It's a 10. You're right. I should have gone with it. Sorry.
That's fair. No, that's
It's your opinion.
yeah, exactly, bro.
Wait, Austin, you get to
Popcorn Zach.
somebody. Well, you can explain. Yeah. Oh, Zach.
I like this movie a lot. I think that it hits like everything I wanted it to hit. I think that it is the like epitome of a Superman movie. Like it's perfect in that aspect of it. And I think that if you me and Austin were talking about this a little bit, like if you don't agree with the message of the movie or don't understand it, you're like kind of base level bad person, and usually that is probably wrong.
I know. Not kind of.
like usually when you say that about a movie, you're like, oh, that's pretentious and wrong. But like for this one, I feel like it's a little different. You know,
I think we should throw an asterisk on that there, because it's not. You can dislike Gunn's style, or you can dislike the
Yeah.
CGI and not like the movie. If you don't like the message of be kind to other people, you're a bad person. I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you didn't figure that one out. Just embrace it if that's what you're going for. But that's just the truth.
yeah, it's a great movie. I'm excited to see where it goes. This is gonna sound so stupid, but I wanted to be surprised by something, and I wasn't really, and I was kind of disappointed about that a little bit. I know that's a really stupid thing to like say, but I always want to be surprised whenever I watch a movie. I want something to happen in the movie that I didn't expect to happen in the movie, because that's the reason why I'm going to watch the movie, you know? If I knew everything that was going to happen in the movie, I wouldn't go see the movie.
Yeah, you would. Rewatch.
That's true. Never mind. That's 100% a true statement. I wouldn't be
got to
spending
it.
money to go see it. But I was really great. Like I want to see it again. It was a really fantastic movie. The acting was really great. Really well cast. It's a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's good. That's still a good rating. That's still a really good
It's a
rating.
great movie. This is a really fantastic movie. Well, I mean, I think I gave.
Okay, what are your-
I think I gave
what are you taking
Thunderbolts a
points away
7.5
for?
out of 10. Give me a second here, because like this is significantly.
This is only
better.
0.5 above.
No, I know,
yeah,
that's
I'm
why I'm
like,
changing it. This is significantly better than Thunderbolts. I'll say 8.5, because like I really felt like there were points in which the dialogue like made me roll my eyes, but that wasn't like a massive part of the movie. I don't know. It just didn't scratch. Like I wanted to scratch an itch that it didn't scratch, and that's like the main reasons I'm taking points off the movie. And I know that's bad, but
Is one of those lines like the one that happened in the super early interview with Superman and Lois, where he's like he said that he like pre-thinks of his sound bites. I forget what he said. It's like
I love
Superman
that
something.
scene. That scene was
Superman doesn't take selfies.
yeah.
Yeah, Superman doesn't take selfies. Yeah, that's what it is.
That
Yeah.
scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I told Austin this, like starting at the text, and I was like, okay, this is dumbass text. I crossed my arms. I did one of these, and then I nothing convinced me that this movie was going to be really, really amazing. Like, not that I'm not saying that every scene from the credits to the Lois scene was bad, but there wasn't anything that was higher than like a 7 or an 8 until that scene, and that scene was really good. Of just these two actors acting at each other and being these characters, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Clark, that's Lois. Big fan. I like that. Good scene. All right, who's left? Did I popcorn Chandler?
Oh yeah, Chan. I'm so excited for your rating.
For that, Zach, you're talking about it didn't scratch an itch. Was your itch by chance your eye? Because they did that a lot during the. Sorry, Sky. Sorry.
I did cry a couple times.
I'm no
in the
longer
movie, so-
excited for Chandler's rating.
I'm gonna like honestly go kind of in the middle between what you both had. Chose your number, your former number, that is, Zach. I thought this was a 9. It's not like Top Gun Maverick that I wanted to buy a ticket the following sitting, but I still want to watch it within this coming week. Like that's how badly I want to go back. So
Oh, you have a
Yeah,
better
I
movie
think-
that you're watching this upcoming week. You should get excited.
this coming week,
Yeah, this coming week we have a really great one coming out. Some might say fantastic.
Enforced.
Stay. Oh no.
yeah,
All right, go ahead, Chandler. Sorry for interrupting.
I had to watch that movie. We'll talk about it next week, right? But like, I low-key, I was so excited for that movie. Yeah, I don't know. I won't be a record player, and I know we're like hella over time, so I will just popcorn Sky.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting to see what you were gonna take away from the movie. I was like, why isn't it the 10?
What? Why I didn't consider it a 10?
Yeah. Or
Well,
why
I mean,
is it a 9?
So there really wasn't too much I disliked, but it's also like I guess they're saying like it wasn't what I consider a 10, if I can say that. Like
That's valid.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know how else to, I
That's
don't know how
fair.
else to explain that. Like,
it's a feeling
loved
that
it.
it invokes.
It's a vibe.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Parts of
so many
vibe.
parts I loved about it, but I still think that, like maybe there's more to be asked for, perhaps. I don't know.
Okay.
Superman's
makes-
not my guy, you know. Like if it was
That's fair.
now there's Flash. I don't know. I like Batman. I love Green Arrow, dude. If there was a Green Arrow movie, that could be a sneaky.
Eventually,
contest.
man.
We'll see. Yeah.
Probably not.
But-
It's not in the
but-
lineup.
Whenever you opened up and you're like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any negatives. I thought you were a 10
I thought I
when
was gonna
Austin
hear
was
a
a 10.
10. Yeah.
I thought I was
Yeah.
gonna hear 2. I was like, oh my goodness. All right, so Chandler's gonna think I'm copying him because I also have a 9. But I obviously took points away for certain scenes that happened 5 times in this movie, and I didn't like any of them. And then one more scene where he got hit in the balls, and I didn't like that one either.
I thought that was really funny.
James Gunn, take those out, and I swear your movie's a 10. But yeah, it's just a really good movie. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
It's just a really good
solid
movie.
all around.
Like, this is one that I'm like, I don't know what to watch. Superman.
Superman, yeah.
And then, like,
It's
like,
gonna be
just,
my
like, throw it
comfort
on,
movie
like-
from now on. Like that
Yeah.
used to be like Spider-Man: Homecoming for me. I just love that movie for whatever reason, and like that's this movie now. I'm just gonna watch it
Yeah, like-
17 times a year.
like this is gonna be a little weird, but like I felt like it was as enjoyable as whenever I watched like Into the Spider-Verse the first time. Like I had like that much fun in this
Damn,
movie.
That's super fair.
Like it,
Okay.
yeah, like obviously they're very different because like Miles is like drastically different than like Clark Kent, but like where I think of Superman, I think of just one guy who is just like cannot be beaten. Like, right? He's just always gonna figure out like how he wins. He's a good guy, so he's always fighting for the right reason, and he's always like trying to like pick up the slack for others. And whenever he's like or farming, as I kept saying in this movie, and you just see him like over top of the win, like that was full blown Superman for me, and it was fantastic to see genuinely every time. So that is why I gave it a 9 out of 10. Did not like all the eyes, so maybe not as much comfort for me. But if I just don't look at the scenes, I know where they are.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So I'm rocking with a 9. But as time goes on, this one could just move up and up. So I'll be interested to see how my opinion changes a year-ish from now. But I'm sticking with a 9.
I want to make a video on this in Fantastic Four First Steps and call it a fantastic July in a super 2025.
Oh, wait, that's actually awesome.
So the
It could be
Mediak
better than
average
this.
for
Who knows?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four could be better.
Yeah.
the Mediak average for this movie is like a 9.1, so so basically 9. So, and I feel pretty good with that rating
happy
as
with
this
it,
movie as an overall.
All right, new segment. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so Ant-Man IP is dead. The guy who plays the girl who plays Wasp and the guy who plays Hank Pym quit. They had 3 movies left in their contract, but they broke it and they're out. They're gone. We're getting.
I didn't know that.
We're getting a fun crossover comic. I think in September is when this comes out. Deadpool Batman issue 1 comes out in September. It's an interesting lineup of superheroes. It's the first time Marvel and DC has done a crossover like this in a very long time. So that's definitely interesting, but I don't really get the characters. I don't know why they chose these 2. It's a Superman one. Sorry, I thought of one, but it was differently. 2 days from now, yesterday as of uploading, and probably people watching, YouTube is doubling down on their AI copyright thing. So they're starting to not pay people who use primarily AI content in their videos, and also re-uploads are not getting monetized anymore. So like any channels that upload streams again are not going to be monetized anymore. I think this is a good thing overall, personally. Now we have only Superman news from here to the end, basically. So Chris Reeves' son was actually one of the reporters within the movie, and he said that his dad would have loved the movie, and I think that was just like a really great way to like encapsulate how hopeful the movie is in general. This is going to be a fun quote. This isn't like a crazy movie news. A lot of interviews with James Gunn and all the cast of Superman this week. James Gunn said in an interview, "My first thought when making a movie is how can I make a great movie? My second thought is how can I use this as an opportunity to humiliate my friend Nathan Fillion?" And just if you look back through his filmography, he has put him into definitely interesting situations throughout the different movies that he's been in, which is pretty funny and great. So we have a really big reveal because Superman has been successful. So James Gunn has just been saying his entire plan for the DCU so far, and we're going to get 1 animated movie a year, 2 live-action movies a year, and they said they're going to focus primarily on TV shows, which is a super weird thing to me. Like I think that's I don't think that's a bad idea necessarily, but I feel like that's probably not what you should be learning off of what Marvel did, because I feel like whenever they went headfirst into their TV shows, it went bad.
I mean, it might be a good way to differentiate yourself if you can do it well.
As long as it's within the plan. That is what they said, yeah.
Oh, because I heard that they were doing, because like 1 animated, 2 TV shows, 2 movies, right? That's like the breakdown.
They said somewhere between 2 to 5 TV shows in a year.
Oh, I didn't. I heard like the 5
year.
total thing. Like I didn't realize that many TV.
They're going to greenlight more TV shows than they're going to greenlight movies. They said 2 is not the limit for that.
I think it's good, like you said, if there's good like high quality TV shows, and it's also nice. Like, I think he's not going to make them as necessarily intertwined as like the MCU tried to do.
I really like the way that they handled specifically Flag in this movie and how he wasn't like in it, you know? Because it's a character that we know of in this universe already, and that's all we needed to. Like, that was the only reference to it. I thought that was really, really well done, actually. One of the next shows coming out, well, Peacemaker is the very next show coming out, but following that, the very next show is going to be a show called Lanterns with Guy Gardner returning, and then Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart being the main characters. Guy Gardner's not really in it. He actually does not share a single scene with the guy who plays Hal Jordan throughout the entire show. Nathan Fillion said that in an interview, which I'm actually really interested to see what they do with that. But if it's good, I hope it's good. They've been working on it for a while, so whatever. They confirmed that they're going to wait till they have at least 1 movie under the belt of every single member of the Justice League before they actually commit in making a Justice League movie. They said that Darkseid will be a part of the Justice League storyline somehow, maybe not necessarily this movie, but inside of the storyline to a degree. Nicholas Hoult was the highest paid member of the Superman movie at $2 million. The next billings were Superman and Lois at $750K, which makes sense because Nicholas Hoult is the most famous actor out of all of them. What other information there is? David Zaslav canceled J.J. Abrams' Val Zod Superman movie because it was too woke. I'm not kidding. That's his quote. He said it was too woke of a movie, so he canceled it. For those of you who don't know, Val Zod is like a world in which I don't want to like wrap it up. I don't want to say the thing that everyone wants me to say because I don't want to lessen this character to that description of it. But let's be honest here. That's the reason why he canceled it. It's the Black Superman. That's what the movie was. So that's the reason why David Zaslav canceled it. It wasn't woke. That was the reason. I didn't want to like Val Zod more than just the Black Superman, but
we got it. We're not canceling you, man.
I'm not beating around the bush. That's how we're gonna do it. And the last bit of news I have is just some guy's review of Superman, and I think it perfectly encapsulates the movie and the vibe that they're trying to get out of it. There was a little kid at my theater, maybe 6 or 7. He jumped up on his seat, pointed his arms in the air every time Superman did something heroic. He laughed and cheered for Krypto. He pretended to fly out of the theater with his arms forward. And I thought, wow, this is what the movie experience is all about. He's completely untainted by the past and knows nothing of our adult gripes and opinions. That kid will grow up, and he's now hooked on Superman long after we're gone, and that's something that we should celebrate. And I agree. Like, this is...
Yeah, I agree.
Some kids... This movie became some kid's definitive superhero. And I think that's impressive. Any movie that can do that is awesome. Like how Spider-Verse and reading that comic for the first time was to Spider-Man with me, you know?
Yeah.
That was like the OG Spider-Man movies for me.
Yeah.
Like Tobey Maguire. Honestly, even like the first, like
Young
the Amazing
Justice for Flash.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Young Justice for Flash. Yeah,
For me, at
I don't know.
least. Wally West. Love that guy. Ugh, such a good show. The first 2 seasons specifically. That's all my news, by the way.
I can tell you both. I can tell you for free that was not my theater experience. I had a person next to me eating chicken tenders and fries with a Coke and some sauce. So that's what I had
Awesome.
in my theater.
That sounds sick, dude.
It kind of was. So
It was kind of chill.
I do have a question.
I have an answer, hopefully.
Austin,
That's wrong.
Yes, Sky.
what have you been watching?
All right. I'm going to kick it off with kind of the
I'm still here,
boring
don't worry.
one.
I can't hear you, but I'm just writing down on the board.
Gotcha. Sounds good. You're here in spirit. The boring one that we pretty much all have on our list in some way or format. The newest One Piece episode came out today, or at least as we're filming it today. It's incredible. It's like
I'm
not
the
gonna
scene of Vegapunk. You know, I want to see how it's
Yeah.
animated. I want to see
Good.
if it looks good.
It's just a masterpiece. It's beautifully animated. They do it to this wonderful score in the background, like this I'm trying not to do spoilers, but like this timeline of this character's life before this really big thing happens. And it's
so good, bro.
highly recommend to watch it if you haven't already.
Best character in the entire series. It's crazy how they did
It's beautiful.
that. It's such a good build-up too. Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of showing Caroline just like the 7-episode segment of his backstory. I'm just like, how can't you enjoy this and also cry like 5 times?
It's also like it's so well drip-fed to you throughout literally 1,200 episodes. It's so good.
Yeah, but yeah, thought I'd bring attention to that. It's worth noting, even though the manga covered it already. Mm-hmm. Also, a significant one. I started watching The Bear, which is incredible. Has anyone here watched that up to this point?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's great.
Wait, okay, you might need to say what it is because you said
It's
The Bear
a
and I
cooking
immediately thought of
show.
it.
It's
Okay, no.
blanking on the guy. He's from the Iron Claw. What else is he in? I don't know. Zach, you know the name?
White.
Yeah, him. He's a fantastic actor. Everyone is in the show.
The cooking show, and the thing's in it.
Yeah. The Thing's in it. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the
the Thing's in it.
thing is in it. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. But it is shot so beautifully, and I think it does an incredible job at conveying anxiety and stakes in a cooking setting. Genuinely, my heart is pounding. They're literally just cooking.
It's like
and it doesn't make sense. It is exactly what that is. And I would recommend you guys watch it. The characters are phenomenal. It's a very grounded plot with people you care about very, very quickly, and it's entertaining, and I don't know. I'm on season 2. I love it so far. And then All-Star Superman. I mentioned that I think that I was starting it or something last week. It's great. It's more sci-fi than I thought. It's this. I'm glad I read it beforehand. And this is one other thing I wanted to connect. the Jimmy Olsen TV show, which you didn't mention in your news because James Gunn said he's going to do that. There was this chapter.
That was a very recent thing.
It sounds like something that's just like a random character's getting a TV show, and just like a reporter grounded TV show. Jimmy Olsen has the least grounded shit in the comics out of everyone.
That's so
like
true.
that's what this is gonna be. Like that's why I bring it up, is because in All-Star Superman, one of the chapters is just Jimmy Olsen with the same bit of Every Woman Loves Him. Because he has a segment in the newspaper about like Wacky Sundays or something. The head of the biggest sci-fi movie-based science organization says you can be the head of our company for a day. And because of him refusing to kiss some like witch or something, or goddess or something, she cursed him with bad luck. So black kryptonite comes out and infects Superman, and Jimmy Olsen has to become Doomsday to stop him. That is what I don't think we're going to see to that point.
Well,
but that's actually something that happens in one of the considered best Superman runs.
I could see him. So, Austin, do you remember in the animated Superman that came out, their anime one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember his like? This might be a super weird reference. You probably will know what I'm talking about, maybe because it's happened a couple times. But you know his like influencer name, Flamebird.
Flamebird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Olsen's been a superhero named Flamebird like a bunch of times. I could totally see that like happening. He's never permanently a superhero. It's always like he gets Superman's powers for a day and he becomes Flamebird or something. I think that would be interesting to see, and maybe possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's an ending. I think the Jimmy Olsen show will be awesome if they take a weirdly like crazy route with it. But that's a long way to say All-Star Superman. If you like this movie, you're gonna like that comic. So I'd say read that. It's good message.
Our audience doesn't read. What the fuck? Come on.
I don't know. Whoever wants to take it forward.
I'm kidding. I feel like the majority of the people watching us actually read, because I've uploaded a couple of reading videos and those actually perform better than my edited videos.
Yeah, but that's about it for me.
Sick.
You get to pop. Oh, well, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Anwar.
Yes, Guy.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching a little bit, not much as last week. I had
what you got going on?
Weekend. What's that?
What you got going on?
I had a crazy weekend. I don't really remember much aside from my headache this morning, so that's why I've been a little quiet today. Apology. But I did watch a little bit before this Friday. Oh, hi, Scout. Here. She wants my chicken from earlier. There you go. I'm almost done with Grounded. I've practically beat the game. I'm just gotta fight one boss, which is really difficult. Well, I'm continuing to watch To Be a Hero X and Lord of Mysteries. I'm almost caught up. I think they both released an episode the past day or two, so I just gotta watch those. But really, one other thing, and that's it. I'm 5 minutes in to Ninja Batman in the Yakuza League.
That's so funny.
I'm only 5 minutes in, though. Only 5 because...
Okay, yeah, but shit happens fast, so what's your...
Immediately with Robin, I'm like, all right, I get what Austin's talking about. But I must mention, does it... I don't know how I feel about
like we got to do an episode on this.
Animation? I think... Yeah, I'm down with it, but I think you have a good point, Chan. I either got used to it or it got better, I will say, because I think it's without the masks and stuff. It looks a little wonky with the masks and everything. And once you get into the other realm that you'll get into, I think it gets better. But I don't know. Maybe I just got used to it, so I might be
floppy at first, but maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll get used to it. But that's
we'll
really it. Not much. I will finish that. I will finish it for sure. Yeah.
So, Zach.
Yes, sir?
What have you been watching? I saw you adjusting your board earlier, and I would be lying if I said I was not excited.
You shouldn't be excited. Oh, you should be excited. Because this is relevant to you.
I am excited.
So I played a lot of Pokemon Blue. I'm like really close to the end of the game, so I started bullshitting around because I'm not done with the video I'm working on now, and Pokemon Blue is the video after that, so I would like to pace myself a little bit. So I'm now fucking around in that game a little bit more. I'm grinding up a slow poke from level 10 to 37 just so I can trade him and get a lick of tongue. Not to use, just because. Like, I gotta kill time and I'm bored, so it's on my phone. And then me and G have 2 episodes left in season 2 of Haikyuu. I am excited because this is I've only ever seen season 1 and 2 of Haikyuu, and the match we're on right now is my favorite match I've seen. So I'm really excited to see.
What match?
The Alba Josai match. The second one.
Oh,
The third
good
one,
one.
actually. Sky,
Good one.
I want to say, you called me out whenever we were having game night because I did the wrong song. It has to be a dub thing. They've literally never called it. They've only ever called it Seijo in the song. Yeah. I think the dubs have different songs that they chant for the teams. You know.
Maybe.
Because it goes like go Seijo. That's the cheer that they do for Alba Josai. I like the one that you showed better, actually.
Yeah, I think that's the sub one. Maybe it's the dub. I don't know, because like I watched it in sub, but whenever like I was like big it was big on my TikTok For You page. It was like going through all of the chants and it was like rating them all. And I always saw Alba Josai, and that one was always my favorite because I think it's just so good.
No, the one you showed is better, but we've been listening every single time because we're like, we have to hear the one that Skylar showed us, and it's never that one. Either they only showed it at the very first fight and never again, or it has to be the dubbed one because we haven't heard it yet. Or
it might be the dub one.
Has to be the dubbed one. Dude, I'm getting really hot.
I hope it isn't, and I hope you do find it.
I hope so too. It could have. There's still 2 episodes left. You never know.
I don't know what could happen. Yeah.
The other stuff was I watched 2 other movies this week because they're movies that I needed to write down opinions on. Because
Ninja Batman?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. I'm making a video on poorly marketed animated movies that released in the last year. And we reviewed one of them on the podcast not too long ago, so I didn't need to rewatch that one, being Transformers 1. And the other 2 were the Lord of the Rings anime movie and then the Looney Tunes movie. And the Looney Tunes movie is really well written. Like, genuinely really fantastically written. I just don't think it's a Zach movie. I think Skylar would, like, shit his pants in excitement watching it.
Dude, you're kidding.
Yeah,
I was just about to ask, what do you think I would do?
No, I think you'd love it. I think you would actually... I think it might be one of your favorite movies ever because it's like a...
Batman and this now? My plate's getting too full.
No, Skylar, like, you don't understand how well written, like, this movie is. Genuinely, it's really good. And there were, like, some bits that returned that, like, got a chuckle out of me. But I really wish I found it funny. I think that was probably my biggest problem with it, is that it's not my humor. I'm not saying it's not funny. That would be blasphemous. It's just not it's not made for me, and I completely acknowledge that, which is why I think Skylar would love it, because he loves the Looney Tunes. Big fan of them right there. So I think that movie was made for Skylar. It was really great. And also,
I'm pretty excited now.
I think people were fucking stupid a little bit, because, like, that Lord of the Rings movie, everyone hates on it. And, like, even after I watched it the first time in theaters, I remember thinking I liked it, but I didn't love it. And this time watching it, I was like, okay, these are the points I didn't like last time. Let's watch the movie and try to pick it apart more. And I think that it honestly made me like the movie more, because it made me be like, okay, well, that point is negated by the narration. All right, well, that point's negated by this movie, it seems like it's just a really good movie with a lot of really bad narration, and if you turn that off, it's just a good movie. And that's literally what it was. It's a fire-ass fucking movie with some really sick Lord of the Rings moments, and I think more people should watch it, because they released one really shitty trailer where the majority of the trailer were just clips of the fucking live-action movies. It was just clear that whoever was making the trailer was embarrassed they were making an animated movie and was like, guys, remember this thing that you guys like? Remember that? This is kind of connected to it. Don't think about the thing that we're wanting you to watch, though. Remember the thing that made you happy, and then also go watch the new one. It was embarrassing and terrible. The movie's good, though. Should have actually just shown clips from the movie, because Helm Hammerhands is awesome, and I love him. He's so cool. Imagine a guy that's just a dude that was so good at punching things that they named his hands after hammers. The GOAT.
That is pretty sweet.
I know,
I'm not going to lie.
At the beginning of the movie, this is a spoiler, but it happens within the first 10 minutes. He's like the king of this land, and some guy comes up and is like, hey, bro, I don't like how you're ruling the land, you know, like how all fantasy shit happens, you know? But instead of the king, like, calming him down through speak, he stands up and he goes, you got a problem, we handle shit outside. And they walked outside, and the guy punched him 3 times, and then Hammer went and fucking clocked him once and killed him.
Oh, wow.
It's honestly one of my favorite starts of a movie ever. It's so hard.
Zach,
yeah?
you had me imagine a guy that's just a dude.
Yeah, dude.
He
is just a dude.
That is the sentence of all time.
And there's one part, actually, I'd say 2 parts that the narration is fine. I think at the beginning and the end, that's one of the parts, beginning and the end, it's fine. Because in the original Lord of the Rings movies, they had narration at the beginning and the end. So you could say that they're doing it as a way to connect back to the original movies. And then, you guys are never going to watch this, right?
I'm going to watch it now.
You're going to watch it? Okay, I'm going to spoil
No,
it.
I might.
Okay, well...
You can go ahead.
I don't know if I want to spoil it now, because Chandler said he wants to watch it.
Okay, I will just mute you.
Okay, and then I'll give you a thumbs up. In 30 seconds. So, halfway through the movie, Helm dies, but then gets, like, resurrected as a wraith, and he basically, like, kills an entire army just as a wraith, and the narration, like, describes his decimation, and I'm like, that's the only time that was used properly throughout this movie, because it was talking...
That's pretty cool.
And then like it ends with like something saying like, and then his name was spread across the battlefield as something of horror. When you hear the horn, your army is dead, and he's just like silhouetted in a cloud of smoke and snow. And as this horn bellows in the background, it is so sick. It's a really awesome moment. I really enjoyed it. But
awesome.
Yeah, the narration sucks in that movie. It's genuinely so bad, and I wish they never did it. And then also, wait, Chandler, sorry. There's like a handful of points in which the animation can get like weird, but it's only when they're talking. When the animation like needs to be good, it's really good. At least in my opinion. That's everything I watched. If you want to hear more about those 2 movies and Transformers 1, I'll be making an entire video on it, probably coming out in like 4 or 5 weeks. Not as big of a deal as Outer Wilds, so I don't have to put as much effort into it. So, yeah. The one after that's going to be fucking long. See that one in 6 months. Yeah. All right, that's it for me. Do we want to talk about next week? Oh, wait, no, fuck! I'm sorry, the most important part of the podcast.
God, how...
I'm sorry, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, Chandler, Austin, ready?
Wow.
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Sky, what have you been watching?
Okay, that was good. We didn't get the Sky, but we got the other part.
It's hard to tell.
I know, it's so hard.
It's so
Yeah, on my end, it's 1-1-1, but like, again, Zach's is the only one that matters. So if he says it's good, it was great. So I'll kick it off with the banger right away. I finished Vigilantes. I watched the rest of it. Yeah, so I watched the rest of it. I would be lying if I said my main reason wasn't I was scared of one of you two saying something about it. I was scared of somebody saying something. So I just finished it. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling like a lazy day anyway. Turned it on. And I finished it. And it was pretty good. I really liked it. The ending, it felt like it stopped a little abruptly. But it's okay. I imagine it will be coming back, and then whenever I inevitably watch, like the last episode, it's going to pick pretty much right back up where it was. So I don't really have a problem with it at the moment. But maybe when that first episode drops, if some things are like kind of like left like off, then maybe I will. But for the most part, I liked it a lot. And then I've been playing a lot of Legends Arceus. I think I mentioned that.
You did.
Zach, did I tell you off camera or on?
No, you told on camera.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I did say it off.
Did you get the
I
Switch
said it on
2
camera.
upgrade?
No,
There's no one for that?
no,
Oh.
it's only for Breath of the Wild. It's only certain games. Not every game has an upgrade.
Scarlet and Violet has one.
Yeah, but I'm not getting that. So again, trying to like get everything done. So I managed to knock out so much the last couple days, so that was nice because I had my test on Friday, and Friday I couldn't do anything. It actually hurt to think.
How'd it go, Becca?
So I stopped.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I stopped.
Do you feel relieved?
No. So so the rest of the day I basically couldn't think. I never do this. I didn't go to the gym, but because my head actually hurt so much that I didn't think I could do anything. And then the next morning, like I worked and then I went to the gym and I just chilled. And I've been taking it so easy on my head because that test hurt so bad. But I got to pick it up again tomorrow with a different section in hopes that I passed the first one. And I won't find that out for a couple weeks. Yeah, I won't find out till like the 7th. So I got some time.
What if you spend like? Dude, I don't even want to say that hypothetical because it's just terrible.
I mean, you can. I've already thought of it. So
just go, dude. You can put the context clues together. You just be like, "Wow, that's gonna suck." Well, that's the answer.
Well, so you need a certain thing to pass. You need a 75, and on these exams, you can get a 74 and fail. So that is worst case scenario because one, you were right there. You missed one question. You missed one question or got one of the little parts of the sim wrong. And that's why you didn't pass. And that was essentially it. So that is a scenario. There's a scenario in which I wasn't even close and I had to redo it all. And there's another scenario in which I just passed and I'm studying for another one.
That's so we love that.
Either way, I got the first one out of the way and it was an experience. For sure. So at least know what to expect if I have to take it again. And then if I don't, I know what the experience is like. So either way, I'm better suited for the next one, whatever it be. So
Skylar is the most goated version of Skylar there has ever been so far.
No, I'm not right now. There's definitely another Skylar that's balling right now. There's another Skylar who is.
Skylar, you were at 83%. He beat you at 100%.
Dude.
I thought that was a good reference.
And then I'm thinking about, I don't know what I want to start next. I'm between a couple shows because one of them like just came out recently and I've been hearing that it's so good. And I was actually just looking at it because I knew I was going to mention it. So I was trying to find it. And I have no idea how to pronounce it, so I'm not even going to give it an attempt. So,
show a picture.
What's it begin with?
G.
Oh, that's the show that Austin watches.
That's what I said last week. Yeah. I watched that. That's one of the things I talked about last week.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to be honest, knowing how to pronounce
episode. It. Yeah, that's because that's why I messed up pronouncing that last week because I had no. It's like Hijaraku.
Maybe something. It looks fire.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, yeah, okay. So maybe that does move it up. I'm between like that, Dotted On, and then, honestly, either Ninja Batman or that Looney Tunes movie right now. But
dude, Skylar, you would actually really. So I think the movie's super bold for not having Bugs Bunny in it at all. I think that's like crazy.
Whenever you said that, it made me think. Okay, it's probably just like a little goofy movie where Daffy does something like.
Daffy's the main character. It's Daffy and Porky. Those are the main characters. But like,
that's a weird combo.
It's a super weird combo. But they talk about how weird of a combo.
No, in the Looney Tunes show, it makes a lot of sense. Really? In Looney Tunes show, it makes a lot of sense. They're really close in the Looney Tunes show.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's a good movie. I think you'll like it a lot. I genuinely do.
So, I'll probably check it out. And then, oh my goodness, I actually almost forgot the big one. Me and Lily started a new show. We started the One Piece on Netflix.
Wait, did you finish Game of Thrones?
Yeah, we finished it a while ago.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but One Piece on Netflix. I officially started the live adaptation. I kind of like it. It's kind of goofy. Yeah. It's nice. It's a pretty good live action of it.
It's goofy, and that's what One Piece is.
Yeah.
Like it is One Piece.
And, I mean,
it's not perfect.
Yeah,
it's close no,
it's not perfect. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like out of live actions that I've seen, it's probably closer to one than like.
It's better
15,
than the Cowboy Bebop one, that's for sure.
I didn't even watch that one, so
good.
But yeah,
Dragon
even
Ball?
Lily kind of likes it a little bit. I asked her what her favorite characters are, and she said Luffy. So
Yeah.
I know it was at least he's killing it, which I kind of thought he was. I thought he was a really good Luffy. His facial expressions are perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So he's kind of killing it. I like Zoro a lot. We didn't get to like the Nami parts, so she's still got some stuff coming up. But from what I've seen of like the Zoro and Luffy, it's really good. And then I even like how some of the other characters look, like Captain Morgan. I like Garp. I think he looks pretty for
looks
how huge Garp is in the actual show. He is pretty good.
Yeah.
He's not
His voice
like
is menacing.
this huge like man, but his features are almost identical. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
It's crazy.
So
I liked how Garp was
Uh,
at the execution of Roger. That didn't happen in the
Yeah.
anime or the manga.
okay, I
was
thought
a
that
better
too. I
adaptation.
thought I was just misremembering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're only 2 episodes in, but there's only like 8 out right now, and then season 2 is not too far away, right?
Yeah, it's like 6
Or
months
am I
away or
mistaken?
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, but that's what I got going. But I can't believe I almost forgot about the
Yeah,
One
fuck
Piece
yeah,
thing. I
man.
was so excited to talk about it too. Because have all of you watched
Yeah,
it?
I've seen
And-
it. Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it.
Okay, yeah. So all of you have at least familiar with it if you have not watched it. Okay, yeah. So I was right to be excited because I started that one. But I think that's all I got for what we watched. I didn't read the new chapter of One Piece yet. It dropped literally today, and I have not had time. So that will be on there for next week. If I forget to mention it, it will be read by then.
Hell yeah. All right. All quarrels out before we yap about what next week's movie is going to be.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I'll wait till after that.
Okay. That sounds good. Skylar has a quarrel, but he wants to wait. Next movie, Fan
Yeah, I'll
Force.
wait.
I thought that Fantastic Four First Steps is going to be next week. However, it is not. It is. So we're gonna throw in a really good, fun time. A good movie. I'm excited to talk about this one. Yeah. No sarcasm. I'm good at acting.
I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah. Who's seen this one? Who has seen Miles Teller, Fantastic Four? Skylar's the only one that is going in blind. All right.
And that's why I am so excited.
Let's
There are
go.
some cool things in this movie.
Skylar, did you know that the Thing is naked?
Do you mean the thong? Yeah.
I'm excited for this. It'll be at the very least fun to talk about, for the most part. Maybe not fun during it, but fun to talk about. But yeah.
Hey, that's all we go for.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see you guys in next week with. Oops,
Not quite.
Okay. Skylar had a quarrel.
So next week, stick around. Watch Fantastic Four with us, and then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know your opinions about the next movie. And then stick around for the following week. We'll do the other Fantastic Four, and which one do you think is better? I imagine the second. I would have to imagine based on what you three have just said. I would really hope so. So
What
make
if
sure to
it's
stick
not?
around.
Okay, I was talking to Austin before Superman, and I said to him, dude, it'd be really funny if Superman was bad, because then DC would have to restart again. Dude, what if Fantastic Four is bad? Because then they can't make a good one. It's not able to. They tried in the 80s, they tried in the early 2000s twice, and they tried in the late 2010s. It's not possible. That would be so funny.
It's gonna be kind of not great.
It's probably going to
like
be just
what?
okay.
I think it'll be mediocre.
And
it's
that'll
gonna
be the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the best Fantastic Four movie and probably the worst movie of the month it comes out.
Yeah, probably.
So, but let us know your opinions on both movies, next week and the following week, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a great time.